Hello YouTube preppers, this is the comms prepper. Getting ready to hop on the four-wheeler here and run up to the top of the hill up there and set up this Yaesu FT-817 radio and see what kind of comms we can pick up, who we can talk to, and see how this radio works. I got the whip antenna here and the milk crate in the back. I made a dipole antenna last night, cut for the 20 meter band, 14.240 megahertz. I've got the radio itself. I've got a little surplus Army map case with the battery and the antenna tuner, and the old Yamaha here. So we're going to hop on the four-wheeler, run up to the top of the hill, and I'm going to try to videotape the trip up on the four-wheeler, unless it gets too shaky and it makes you sick. So let me pause here and fire up. Take a quick break halfway up just so you guys can get a view. It is nice. It's probably about 40 degrees, a little bit nippy, but a lot warmer than it was yesterday. So it's pretty nice today, so this should work out pretty good. Okay, so I'm up at the top of the property. What I'm going to do here is take a break, set up the different antennas, and see how we do. So I'll be back in a little bit with the Yaesu FT-817ND. Okay, before I continue on, I just wanted to take a video of this real quick. This is what I made last night. This is a 20 meter or 14.240 megahertz dipole antenna. I got a little cable holder from Walmart, some ceramic insulators on the end, a Budwig dipole head there that has the SO239 connector, and I'm going to go ahead and string that up in these trees here, probably what they call an inverted V, and then run some cable down. So I wanted you to see that antenna before I unrolled it and got it up in the trees. QRP portable. Good afternoon, sir. Yeah, this is a RP portable. I just set up a new radio here, and I was wondering if I could do a quick QSO with you to demonstrate how it performs and see how I'm doing here. Okay, well, what's your name? Name here is Hank, Hotel Alpha November Kilo, and I'm operating QRP portable on 5 watts with a Yaesu FT-817ND. Fine business, Hank. Well, nice to make your acquaintance. The QRP station is doing well. My name is Courtney, C-O-U-R-T-N-E-Y. I'm in Onslow County in North Carolina, and my call sign is Kilo. And make another transmission, Hank. Let me give you what my guest meter is saying. Over. Mobile. This is, yeah, you're 5'9" plus 20 here. Sitting on top of the hill here. I got the radio set up on an ATV with a little dipole strung up in the trees with some 550 cord. Over. Okay, fine business, Hank. Well, I tell you what, hey, got you coming aboard there.
there, John. You're anywhere from 5.5 to 5.8. The QSB on your signal is pretty strong, but readable throughout the entire transmission. 5.5 to 5.8 and good audio, okay?
This is, well, Courtney, I appreciate you taking the time to come back to my call here. I know I don't have the strongest signal, but I'm doing a demo here, and I think people are impressed. Over.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I don't play QRP, but whenever I hear them play like the way you have it, I'm impressed. Over.
Yeah, I just got the radio 2 days ago, and I'm real pleased with it. I got a little MFJ 971 tuner to tune up the dipole for me, and it's nice to see I can make the trip with 5 watts from West Virginia down to North Carolina. Over.
Well, I tell you what, you're going beyond North Carolina, fella, because you peaked up 5.9, a solid 90 on that last transmission. So, no problem, fella. Take care. Good hearing you, and hope to work in all the time. And you know, the band is in fairly decent shape, so you can probably work a few other stations and other frequencies there, Hank. 73 portable in West Virginia. This is a good afternoon, okay?
The 73 is Courtney. Thank you very much.
The fella there that broke in your audio, but hang on a minute, something's wrong. I'm not sure if you're on the right frequency or not, but you're a little bit high on frequency. Just hang on a second over there.
Okay, everybody, so there we did with 5-watt radio through the tuner with some coax and a little dipole antenna, 5 watts, QRP or low power station, through a little dipole antenna, and we just talked from West Virginia all the way down to North Carolina. So that's a pretty good contact with not a whole lot of power, and just this little radio here. So what I'm going to do here is pause from the HF piece of it and put the VHF and UHF antenna on it and see if I can hit the repeater. So give me a second to break this down and set it back up. Yeah, thanks again for letting me try there, guys. Name here is Hank, and I'm operating portable from Romney, West Virginia, and I'm using a new Yaesu FT-817 I just bought, and I moved it up a little further to see if I can make the trip into the repeater. So hopefully you picked me up this time around.
Hi Hank, I got the Romney. That's on 817. Let's see, 817 is 5 watts max, maybe on FM. It's 5 watts on HF. I have an 817. Just never figured out how many watts it'll push on VHF. I'm wondering what kind of antenna you're using that you're making to us at all. John, I think you know what an 817 is. That's the Yaesu DC to daylight QRP rig, built-in 8-cell AA pack. Let's go right into the radio. I've done some QRP work on it. It's amazing on CW or on digital how far you can get on 2.5 watts, but I've never really tried it on VHF. Go ahead, John, and pass it over to Hank.
Yeah, the antenna I'm using is the stock antenna that came with the radio. It's about a 12-inch rubber antenna with a little piece that screws on the top for the VHF and UHF band. And I've actually got it balanced up here on top of a hill on top of my my Yamaha Grizzly ATV, and I'm doing a demo to show how it works. And so I'm not quite sure how far the repeater is from me, but I'm glad I'm making the trip.
Greetings to whoever you're doing the demo to there, Hank. I say my name's Mark. I'm mobile in a vehicle on Route 7 west or east of Berryville, Virginia. I'm just coming down the mountain and getting ready to cross the Shenandoah River. John there is at his home station in Boyston, Virginia. You know, knowing that thing is 3 or 4 watts, and I know the exact antenna you're talking about. I own that radio. That's basically a rubber duck. That's pretty remarkable for Romney. Your elevation is helping a lot. Of course, a better antenna or even a small beam would probably get you in pretty solid if that's what you're doing with that. Go ahead, John.
I'm going to go ahead and go QRT here on the 2 meters, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to come back to my calls for the demo. And I'm going to try to set up a little HF whip and see what this thing can do on HF. So Again, I'd like to say thank you.
Okay, guys, I turned the volume
down. I'm going to take a break here. Something I'm realizing here is you got to come up with some kind of system here to balance the radio. The wind tried to catch it a few times and almost blew it over. So let me take a pause here. I'm going to set up the next antenna. This antenna I'm going to demo. This is a surplus military antenna. It's got a little elastic string down the center, and I'm going to spread it out here so it snaps together and connect it to that whip adapter on the back of the four-wheeler and see what kind of HF stations we can pick up. So let's see, I'm going to whip this thing out, and as you can see, I'll try to get in closer for you. There's a little section there, and it snaps together, or pulls down, slides into one section from another. So there's the last section there. And now I have a 10-foot whip antenna. And we'll go ahead and... Okay, sorry about that. I had to put the camera down. So there's the whip antenna hooked up in the back of the four-wheeler. So that goes up 10 feet. Come over here to the radio, and we'll power it up. And we're going to have to change the band to HF. So I'm going to change this band button here, and we'll go down to, let's say, 14 megahertz. I'm going to have to go into the function settings here, right, and change the squelch setting, because now I'm running HF. And then I got to go set this thing so it's looking at the back antenna port rear. So that's good. So now I crank that up there. And now we're hearing HF stations on 14 megahertz. So this is the band that you can start hearing around the world. So there's two stations on 14261. Now I'm going to go off just a little bit, change my mode to AM, and again, like always, I cover my videos about standing wave ratio. So let's see if you can see that. You see how that I transmit on that, how bad that antenna is? So I'm going to set the camera down and tune this antenna. Okay, I just finished tuning the antenna. Look at the SWR now. Good forward power, no reflective power. And how that's configured is coax comes off the back of the antenna, comes around into the back of the tuner and the antenna port, and then the transmitter port goes to the radio. So that's that setup. So not only was I able to tune the dipole antenna up in the trees for HF, that allowed me to talk to North Carolina on 5 watts, I've used the very same tuner to tune the 10-foot whip antenna. So let's see what kind of stations we can hear. We're going to have to go back to sideband mode.
Full bright sunshine here most of the day anyway, so that's the weather report. We got together with Bill there today on the phone, but we're gonna do our getting together out at the Hamfest here in a couple weeks, out at Fort Walton here. So I couldn't think of a good place to get
Okay, guys,
together.
there's the station. We got the radio, the microphone, the antenna tuner, the gel cell battery, some coax cables and 550 cord, the dipole antenna we use to talk to North Carolina with, and the whip antenna. So that's my HF, VHF, and UHF station right there for my communications preps. This may not meet everybody's needs, but for my requirements, it gives me all frequencies and all modes. And if I could only have one radio in my bug-out bag or my bug-out ATV, I think it would have to be the Yaesu FT-817. It gives you the most flexibility. So, as always, thank you for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. This has been the Comms Prepper. So there you go, guys. Everything's packed up in the four-wheeler. Time to head back down to the retreat location.